The municipality of San Francisco Libre is in Nicaragua, 2 hours from the capital, Managua. The center is known as El Puerto or El Casco, and around it there are various small settlements, de comunidades, remote from El Puerto. San Francisco Libre is a rural municipality where about 13,000 people live. Many are poor, especially in the comunidades. There, work is scarce and people live from agriculture or raising animals. Winter is the rainy season in San Francisco Libre. At this time, everything is green and crops begin to grow. Boys help their families on the land, clearing, planting, harvesting, and attending animals. Pedro Obando Padilla, one of the scholarship children known as becados, supported by the Reading San Francisco Libre Association, tells us about his daily life.
Hello friends in Reading, my name is Pedro Obando Padilla. I'm 12 years old, studying the 6th grade in the blue and white primary school in my community, La Trinidad. My favorite class is math because I like to add, subtract, multiply and divide. At home, I am with my parents, my mother Teodora Padilla and my dad Pedro Obando. They have 7 children, and in my home are living now Erti, Rudy, Isel and me. I study from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and in the morning help my dad clear the land for planting and mend fences. My dad grows corn, wheat and beans. Best regards, Pedro Obando.
With the rain, rivers rise, and it is hard to reach the comunidades. In addition, El Puerto is located on Lake Managua, and it has been flooded by the lake several times in the past 10 years or so. The cause of this change of several meters in the lake is unknown and is not related to rainfall. The last 2 floods have disrupted the community. Houses and roads were badly affected by the floods. Because of the repeated floods, a new town center has been reconstructed on higher ground, away from the lake. There is a new school, a new community center, and a completely new 32-bed hospital. In the dry season, life is hard. Jocelyn, who works for Apreden and is responsible for the scholarship program, explains how life in San Francisco Libre is at this time. Compañeros de Reading, Nicaragua's winter rain have not yet come. We are in a period of a drought in the municipality of San Francisco Libre. The people are surviving by fishing, selling firewood, or casual work. Food is rising in price and beans are being imported to pay a lower price for them. In good winters, people survive by growing their own food, or from cow's milk and its derivatives. But due to the situation, people have to sell their animals to buy food, and meantime, fish is becoming one of the most common foods for residents. So, it is very important to know the significance of the support of foreign associations like you to our people, as you give financial support which ensures a healthy education. And it is good to know that you want to know a little bit more about them. That's why they have wrote letters for you. Vladimir, another of our scholarship students, tells us what happened this year when there was not enough rain.
Hello, it's winter, but we are going through a drought. In the winter, we usually sow in May, and when we sow, then we have the first harvest in July. But in this cycle, it did not rain, and the people who sowed lost the harvest. Then another cycle after that begins in August and September, where we are also waiting for rain to get a harvest. Here in my community, people who have pigs lost them because some starved and died, and also the food became expensive. That's why we are waiting for rain to be able to harvest. And it will help us to buy less food because when it rains, here we harvest corn, beans and wheat, and the rest we buy. We are also celebrating our national holiday on the 14th and 15th of September, the Battle of San Jacinto and independence of Central America. We do activities in school. There we play Nicaraguan music. I send many greetings, Vladimir Gutiérrez.
Children in El Puerto and the communities around it attend school between the months of February and November. They go to primary school in El Puerto or at the comunidades that have schools. This is Concepción de María Secondary School, located in El Puerto. Today, children are learning about the rotation of the Earth. After primary school, students living in a comunidad who wish to continue their secondary education have to travel sometimes up to 3 hours to get there. Many use their bikes or walk with friends. This is because there are only 4 secondary schools in the municipality. Classes are on Sundays, and students take a lot of homework to their homes to do it through the week. APREDEN supports a total of 105 families in need in San Francisco Libre. They receive around £8 a month so that their children can study. Schooling is free, but families need help with school expenses. This is Esmilda, one of the 20 becados. Children are supported every year by the association by means of the David Grimes Trust. Thanks to donations from our regular supporters, we have collected about £2,400 a year for these young people. This is what Esmilda wrote in 2014.
Hey friends from Reading. My name is Esmilda del Carmen Flores Zuazo. I'm 16 years old and in the 4th grade of the high school Concepción de María. I go to school from 1:30 until 6:15 every day from Monday to Friday. My classes on Mondays are math, languages, literature, geography, and culture of Nicaragua. My favorite one is math. I only need one more year to get my diploma. I'm thinking about going to university afterwards to study IT technology. During my free time, I do homework and play and hang out with my friends in the park. My mom is called Aicela del Carmen Suazo Lopez. Her work is washing and ironing laundry. This scholarship helps me as well as my mother. I want to thank you a lot for this help. I hope you will help me furthermore in the future and don't forget me. Esmilda del Carmen Flores Zuazo.
Many of the becados who live in comunidades around San Francisco Libre share their housework, as Carlos tells us.
Hey friends from Reading. My name is Carlos Manuel Espinoza Avendaño. I'm 13 years old and I go to the school Concepción de María. I'm in 8th grade. I have 4 brothers, Marcos, Victor, Marlon and Tony. At home, I live together with my grandma because my parents work far away from home. My mom is called Anna. She works in a school in the district San Roque. My dad works as a security guard in the University of Agrarian Science. I go to school during the afternoon. My favorite class is science. My favorite part is doing experiments. I'm interested in the parts of the human body, animals and plants. In my free time, I help at the house. I clean the floor, collect firewood, tidy up my room and help with the cooking. I hope we will stay in contact and I'm looking forward to our response.
My name is Maria Estebaji Conde. I'm 18 years old. Right now I live in San Francisco Libre. I'm on holidays, by the way. I live with my dad and 2 brothers. My mum is away working somewhere else at the moment. For 5 years, I had the normal scholarship, and it has served me well, because it has helped me with stationery, books, and expenses, buying shoes and stuff. But now I'm going for the 3rd year of the degree, and it is hard for me and my parents. We find difficult to bear the costs in terms of my career. I have another sister who is studying the same degree as me. She is 19 years old. And you see, my parents find it difficult to bear the costs that have to do with travelling. And we also have buy university materials. And for accordingly, my mum had to go away for lack of funds. She works as a maid in Managua, and my dad works here. He is a fisherman, and there are times when fishing gets good and then it gets a little tricky. I would like to ask for a technical scholarship because, as I said earlier, now that I'm in the university, costs are even higher and my parents have more expenses, and that is why I'm making the request. Goodbye, thank you very much.
December in Nicaragua is a special month because of Christmas, and also because it is the end of the school year. Many ceremonies are held for preschool, primary, secondary, or university leavers. This ceremony is known as promoción, and it is accompanied by special parades. The celebrations always end at school, where students' graduation certificates are presented to an audience. Everyone dresses well, using the school uniform or cap and gown. After the official part, everyone goes home to celebrate. Kids invite their families for soft drinks and special food for everyone, as Agustín explains.
Hello friends from England, my name is Agustín Rodríguez Tremiño. I'm 19 and I've completed secondary school. Our graduation took place in December and it was a lovely event. For graduation, we put on burgundy colour robes and went in a parade to the church and then returned to the school for the graduation ceremony. We all received our diplomas and then everyone went home for dinner. The next day, the students had a graduation party. I do not like that, so I did not go. I intended to study systems engineering, but my lack of money means I cannot begin the course because it is very expensive. So I decided to help my dad on the land because he needs a lot of help. For me, the scholarship was great support because thanks to you, I could finish my primary and secondary education. I wish you a Merry Christmas and thank you very much. I also ask you to continue to support young people of low-income families.
It is a special day for all the students and families. After overcoming many obstacles, they have graduated. San Francisco Libre is developing rapidly, but still there are needs in the community, and this is where the Reading San Francisco Libre Association, through the David Grimes Trust, concentrates its efforts to help families in need. Through our scholarship program, the Becas, we care about each scholarship student as an individual. That's why we are inviting you to support us, and answering one of their letters would be a good start. The families of San Francisco Libre deserve our support.